Welcome back to the Riff Rundown with Dr. Coffee. I don't know why I'm a doctor. That's not something you want to be right now. Anyway, back with another tune we're gonna dissect for you. Today I want to do our song Elon, Muscimol. I think this is a really different song for Diluted. I think it's probably one of the stronger tracks on the new EP just because it's so different. There's a lot of unique flavors in that song that we haven't really utilized in other places. I think when we moved to our current practice space, one of the first songs that we came together on was Elon. That one definitely came out of just like a live jam and little riffs here and there that I had at home or written at home. Just kind of brought to practice. This song's a little more involved than Zuckerbot, so there's a bit more going on melodically, musically. So it might take a little longer, but this is probably as complex as our songs get, and it's still not super difficult to learn, so I have faith in you. And I forgot to mention last time, most Diluted songs are in drop D, standard tuning and drop D. This song is in standard tuning, EAD, GBE, and we will start with the little intro riff, which is again just an exercise in creating as much dissonance as possible. That chord is how do you count? What is numbers? You start on the 7th fret on the D string, and then from there you just go up half a step on as you ascend each string. So 7 on the D, 8 on the G, 9 on the B, and 10 on the high E string. And you kind of just move that shape around. We'll get there. So yeah, keep that there. So we kind of start the song by raking that out, just like, it's not like a straightforward pick, it's kind of like you let it drag a little bit. Yeah, sometimes I'll throw a little, like my wah pedal in there just to make it more dynamic and make it stand out more. Then there's some shit that happens on the drums, a little tom build up there. The full intro riff is this little chuggy thing, so I'll just play it and we can kind of break it down a little bit after that. So here it goes. Yeah. Trickiest part about that is just making sure you got the little chuggies in there as well and just kind of moving that shape. So yeah, play it a little slower maybe. A little tricky timing wise, but I got faith in you. And the tab should help you as well. As far as inspiration for that little intro thing, again, noisy metalcore stuff, Code Orange. For some reason, the band Kanashi, who's this like emo, hardcore, mathcore group from Philadelphia, one of my favorite bands right now. Go out and buy their music, support them. So we move from that to the coolest riff in the song, the main riff here, which is pretty much just a little run. So I'll shut up and just kind of play that for you quick. So we start on the A string on the 7th fret, and yeah, you can look at the tabs as I posted. I'm not gonna tell you every fucking note. You can figure it out. Be a big boy. Be a big boy. Be a big boy. Probably help if I was on the right pickup. after that happens twice, don't quote me. I don't know my own songs. I come in with a little lead guitar thing, kind of like a harmony riff guide type sort of thing, that goes like this. So that happens while Matt is playing the rhythm, which is just the main riff. We kind of meet up. It's a really cool moment live. I always feel like walking over to him and standing back to back with him while there's a fan blowing my hair, but my hair doesn't really move because it's kind of like a red Brillo pad. So it really just blows my sweat around my face. But it's fun. It makes me feel like I'm in Iron Maiden for a second, and I think that's a big influence on this tune as well, as like all my new wave of British heavy metal influence, like Maiden and Priest and shit like that. I think that kind of shines through in this song as well. There's a lot of harmonization, there's a lot of like lead guitar shit, and yeah, I'm really proud of actually how we kind of stacked things on this tune and how it came out in the end. And from that lead, we go to the verse. And over top of that, I transition from the harmonized lead over the main riff to this kind of mini solo type thing. Goes something like this. I usually throw a bit of reverb on there. Not too much though, holy shit. I felt kind of like Carlos Santana playing that. And then over top of the rhythm that Matt's playing, after I play that solo, I throw these little simple chords in there. We're going to still want some clean tone and a little bit of reverb. I'm using the Boss RV5 digital reverb. You're going to hear that on most clean guitars in our past recordings, especially the stuff we did at Watchmen. Doug White introduced me to the digital reverb, and it's on Nemesis, it's on Rhoda. I use it live still to this day for most clean things. I didn't bring it to More Sound, so it's not on Unsubscribe, but you're going to hear it live for sure. And you strum it, and then you lift your middle finger with your first finger barred and do a kind of like a pull off. It's going to be something like this. And the more pronounced you can make that pull off, the better. It's kind of hard to time it sometimes. Sometimes you kind of fuck it up. Sometimes I fuck it up. A lot of the time I fuck it up. But, you know, shit happens. The second chord is going to be real simple. It's fret 1 on the G string. Gonna have an open B string and first fret on the E string as well. Pull off the first fret to an open E after you strum the chord. Something like this. So yeah, the full thing would be. And the only time that changes is at the very last part of that. To build up into the chorus, I start with my pinky on the 3rd fret of the E string instead of on the 1st, and just kind of walk it down from 3 to 1 to 0. And then this kind of shifting between 1 and 0, build tension before the release of the chorus. So it's going to go. So moving into the chorus, I have a feeling it's a really old riff that I either stole from someone back in my college days, or that I came up with and forgot I came up with it. Either way, I think I came up with it in college, and I've been carrying it around with me ever since. So real simple, you're going to do a power chord on the, it's an A. I don't fucking know music theory, so fuck you. On the 5th and 7th frets. This is kind of shifting from that and then lifting your pointer finger off the 5th fret to 0, so it's an open E. And on the last one, instead of returning to the 5th fret on the E string with your pointer finger, you're just going to shift it down half a step and return to the 4th fret and kind of flat that root note half a step there. So first part of the chorus just goes something like next, you're going to kind of drag it down to what would be an F major chord. So make that shape and just don't bar anything with your pointer finger there. You're going to have something like this, which is infinitely more mysterious and cooler. And the way I pick this, I kind of do the first 3 or 4 strings first, like the base of the chord, and then I'll hit those top open strings a little after. And then same thing with the next chord, which is just an E minor open. So far we've got from there you return to that first power chord. So that little run is just sliding up from your root note on the 5th fret, E string, sliding up to the 8th fret, down to 7, and then you drag it down to 3, and then from there you go right back into that weird F chord. So cool shit. I do play a lead over that chorus, kind of like an alternate part, I guess. And so what I typically play instead of what you just saw would be this, very similar. The only place it differs is when we do that little run, and so I just kind of harmonize that. I slide up to the 10th fret on the A string and go from the 10th to the 8th to the 7th, down to the 3rd on the A string. So, and then I slide back up to the 7th fret here and just play like a little octave chord and bend it up like almost half a step. So, and then slide down to the 2nd fret on the A string, and then you slide right back up to that little octave chord on 7 and 10. So full thing again. So that is the entire chorus for the rest of the song. From the chorus, we go into what would be the 2nd verse. There aren't really any vocals. It's more of like a solo section where the guitar takes the place of the vocals in the verse. As far as the rhythm guitar goes, there's a little build-up where it's just Matt playing, and it's those same chords that I showed you earlier that are based off of the main riff. So. From that chorus, while we're doing that little verse thing, I'm like just making noise. I'm just like, feeding back and using my little data corruptor thing. Just making feedback noise and putting all my pedals on and doing some weird shit. Sometimes it works out great, sometimes it doesn't. I really just want to be in a noise band, but not bad enough to start a new project, so I just kind of inject all this stuff that I want to do into Diluted, and it works because I'm the boss. So that kind of build up leads to this verse/solo section where Matt goes from playing those chords inspired by the main riff to just playing the main riff again. So remember, yeah, Matt's just plugging away at that, and I am playing the, I guess, true solo of the song. Something like that. And from there we go into the last chorus, which is business as usual. There's nothing really different there other than the shit we added last minute in the studio, little single note harmonies and stuff like that. Oh yeah, there's a little run. I forgot to tab it out. You're gonna have to figure it out on your own because I'm not going back to... I spent all day yesterday tabbing out this fucking song. I'm not going back to that. So in the last chorus, there's this little run, but last chorus is gonna be... just right before the breakdown. So I guess we'll just jump right into that. It's going to be the same chord thing as was in the intro to the song. So you're... and just kind of alternating between that and the open chugs. You're going to want a good deal of resonance on those chugs. Chugs. So they are muted, but you want to mute them light enough so that they can still ring out. Here's how the breakdown goes. As far as picking technique goes, it kind of matters here. I tend to kind of upstroke that weird dissonant chord. So I'll play it real slow. That's Elon Muscimol. I'll continue to do these probably every week. I'd still want to see everyone's covers if you guys are working on covers, if these videos are helping you play the songs. I'd love to be tagged in those just so we can post them on the Diluted page. Love seeing you guys recreate our tunes. It's really humbling and fun. Yeah. Fuck you! Bye.